Everyone to the Project Heritage Torah chat. I want to thank Torah Anytime for broadcasting this. So the pasuk says in Pashas Vayigash, "V'techi ruach Yaakov Avim," that the spirit of Yaakov was revived when he heard that Yosef was alive, and of course that all of his Torah and mitzvahs were intact. It was the biggest nachas. I want to use that as a segue. V'techi ruach Yaakov Avim. His spirit was revived. One of the most important things you could do in life is to revive the spirit of others, to give people chizuk, compliments, to lift up people. Often stated that the Alter Slobodka used to ask Rabbi Yisrael Salanter, what's the main thing in chinuch? And he would respond, it's oyim v'noira. He would respond, you want to know what the main thing of chinuch is? Lahachyos ruach shefolim v'leiv nitkoyim. It's to resuscitate the hearts and the souls of those who are downtrodden, those who are brokenhearted, those who feel a little depressed. And by the way, that's everybody. Everybody's brokenhearted to some degree. Everybody's down for some reason. Every single person needs chizuk. Every person needs to be lifted up. I don't care how talented you are or how accomplished you are. Everybody needs a good word. The Alter of Kelm used to say, we know we have a mitzvah, halachta b'drachav. You have to follow in the ways of Hashem. You have to mimic, so to speak, His midos, his traits, if you will. So one of the outstanding midas of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he says, is Poseach es yodecho mazbiah l'chol chai ratzon. We open up our hands and He satiates the needs of every living creature. I know we're always complaining and borshaving, we don't have this and we don't have that. But if we stood in one spot for the next 100 years, we wouldn't be able to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu enough for what we have. But we're very unappreciative people. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu is He says we have to mimic that trait. Our job is that just to give people what they need and what they want. Chesed, chesed, chesed. Just do good for people. Obviously, it doesn't mean to the point where you stress yourself out and you get sick. But the point is, but you have to. We were created and we are put on this earth for others. This is the famous from Chaim Volozhin used to tell us. Son Yitzhak Volozhin, it's in the introduction to Nefesh HaChaim. He used to tell him all the time the purpose as to why we are here is for others. And one of the people that personified that more than anybody else was Rav Moshe Feinstein, Zecher Tzadik v'Kodosh Levracha, Goin HaGoinim, a walking Sefer Torah. But what he would not do for another Jew, what this man would do is just incredible. I'm just reading recently a story in one of Yitzhak Zilberstein's Svarim. He had to go to a family simcha. He wasn't feeling well. So he gave his brachas, but he just had to stay home. So they were very nervous to leave him alone, so they had one of the Talmidim stay with him. So he was there, the phone rang, he picked it up, and the person wanted to speak to Rav Moshe. He says, well, is this an emergency? Is he not feeling well? So I says, all right, I'll call back later. But in the interim, Rav Moshe is, he's seeing what's going on. He says, well, who is it? Do me a favor, please, give me the phone. So he takes the phone, he says, yes. He says, well, I'm being hounded by people who I owe money to and I can't afford it and I don't know what to do. So Rav Moshe speaks to him, he says, don't worry, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to help you. And he tries to placate him and he says, look, do me a favor, give me the names and the numbers of the people who you owe money to. And he gives it to him, and lo and behold, Rav Moshe starts to call them up. And he starts speaking to this one. He says, who is this? Moshe Feinstein. And he tells him, look, be easy on him. You know, be easy on him. This man's been owing me money for who knows how long, and he promised me he's always going to pay me, and he never gives me a dime. He's going through rough times. Then he calls up the next one. In the interim, the Rebbetzin comes home from the simcha, and she can't believe what she's seeing. She says, what's going on? Well, somebody called. The Rosh Yeshiva took the phone. So she was very upset. And she said to the Rosh Yeshiva, she says, Zayman Michael, but, with all your chasadim, you're going to wind up in the grave. So Rav Moshe, as the story goes, and I'm going to read the words, he gets up at Kifus and he says, L'shem ma bonu li'olam, for what purpose have we come into this world? Im loy kidei ligmo ma'at chesed em ha'yehudim. For what purpose have we come into this world if not to do a little chesed for a fellow Jew? Unbelievable. But that's what it is. We're here for other people. And the more we are here for others, the more HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be there for us.